Before you throw away that old 5-cent coin, look at it carefully. Millions of people have overlooked these coins, but collectors know that one small detail can completely change everything. A simple nickel could become a life-changing discovery hiding in plain sight. What if the coin in your pocket today was worth far more than you imagined? A small 5-cent coin has the potential to become a collector's dream when it has the right features. Thousands of people are searching for these hidden treasures, and you might already own one. If you have this coin, you could be one of the luckiest people in the world. Before you spend that old 5-cent coin, before you throw it into a jar with other forgotten change, take a moment and look closely. A simple 1990 5-cent coin might appear ordinary, but hidden inside millions of coins are rare examples that collectors continue searching for. Some coins have stories that go far beyond their face value. Some have unique characteristics, unusual mistakes, or exceptional conditions that can transform a common-looking nickel into a highly desirable collectible. Today, we are uncovering the mystery behind the 1990 5-cent coin, why collectors pay attention to it, what details you should look for, and why finding the right example could become an incredible discovery. Imagine finding an old box filled with coins that has been sitting untouched for decades. Inside are coins from different years, different places, and different moments in history. Most people would see only loose change, but a collector sees possibilities. They know that one small coin could contain a hidden surprise. They carefully examine every date, every letter, every design detail, because they understand something most people forget. Value is not always obvious. Sometimes, a treasure can be hiding in plain sight. The 1990 5-cent coin was produced during an important era for American coinage. The late 1980s and early 1990s were years of major changes in technology, culture, and everyday life. Coins were still an essential part of daily transactions. Millions of people used nickels for vending machines, small purchases, and regular spending. Every day, these coins move through the hands of countless people, traveling across cities and states. But among the millions of coins produced, collectors know that some examples can become much more interesting than others. A coin's value is not determined only by how old it is. Many collectors look at rarity, condition, minting quality, and special characteristics that separate one coin from thousands of others. The 1990 5-cent coin is part of the famous Jefferson Nickel series. This design has been a favorite among collectors for decades because it combines American history, detailed artwork, and a connection to one of the nation's most influential leaders, Thomas Jefferson. On the front of the coin, you can see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left. The design includes important inscriptions such as Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1990. Every small detail of Jefferson's portrait, from the shape of the hair to the clarity of the lettering, can tell collectors important information about the quality of the coin. Flip the coin over, and you will see the famous image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. The building's columns and architectural details are carefully engraved into the surface. Around the design are the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and Monticello. For most people, these details are simply part of the design. But for collectors, they are clues that help determine whether a coin is ordinary or something special. The D mint mark on the 1995 cent coin is another important feature. The letter D tells collectors that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has produced billions of coins throughout American history, and collectors often study Denver minted coins because certain production errors and high-quality examples can become valuable. The 1990 Jefferson nickel was made from a copper-nickel composition and has the standard specifications of a modern nickel. It weighs approximately 5 grams and measures about 21.2 millimeters across. These details may seem simple, but serious collectors pay close attention because unusual changes in weight, metal composition, or appearance can sometimes reveal something extraordinary. The exciting part of coin collecting is that not every valuable coin looks different at first glance. Sometimes, the most valuable discoveries are hidden in tiny details. Collectors search for rare errors, unusual strikes, doubled images, missing details, weak designs, and coins that were preserved in amazing condition. Imagine discovering a 1990 5-cent coin that has never been heavily circulated. The original shine is still visible. The details are sharp. The surface looks almost untouched. A coin like this can immediately attract attention because collectors know that finding high-quality examples becomes harder as time passes. This is why collectors continue searching through old collections, bank rolls, and inherited coin boxes. They know that every coin has a story, and every search carries the possibility of discovery. A person who does not understand coins might see only a 5-cent piece, but an experienced collector might see a rare opportunity. Coin auctions are where many of these stories become truly exciting. When a rare coin appears for sale, collectors compete to own it. Sometimes, two passionate buyers both want the same coin, and the price can rise far beyond what anyone expected. The excitement comes from knowing that rare coins may not appear again for many years. Many people believe that only ancient coins can be valuable, but that is not true. Modern coins can also become valuable when they have the right combination of rarity and demand. A coin from the 1990s may not be centuries old, but if it has a rare feature or exceptional quality, collectors may still consider it important. So how can you check your 1990 D 5-cent coin? Start by examining the date and the D mint mark carefully. Use bright lighting and a magnifying glass if possible. Look at the lettering, Jefferson's portrait, Monticello, and the overall condition of the coin. Compare it with other nickels from the same year, and look for anything unusual. Pay special attention to the condition. A coin that has been used for decades will usually show signs of wear. The details may become softer, and the surface may have scratches. However, a coin that was protected from circulation can have much greater collector appeal. Professional collectors often pay more attention to coins that maintain their original appearance. Another important thing to remember is never to clean a potentially valuable coin. Many people believe polishing will increase the value, but collectors usually prefer coins in their natural state. Cleaning can damage the surface and remove important characteristics that help experts evaluate the coin. Now imagine this possibility: a 1990 D 5-cent coin sitting somewhere in your home, unnoticed for years. Maybe it is inside an old collection. Maybe it was saved by a family member. Maybe it has been mixed with other coins that nobody checked carefully. That is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The next great discovery could happen anywhere. Thousands of collectors around the world continue searching because they know that rare finds are still possible. They study coins every day, hoping to discover a special piece that stands apart from the rest. They understand that one small detail can completely change a coin's story. The 1990 D 5-cent coin represents more than just money. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the possibility of discovery. Every coin has traveled a unique journey, and some journeys lead to surprising destinations. When an exceptional coin reaches the auction market, collectors carefully examine every feature. They look at rarity, condition, demand, and historical importance. The strongest examples can create intense competition among buyers who understand the value of owning a special piece. So before you ignore that old nickel, take another look. Search through your coins. Examine the details. Because the coin that looks ordinary today could become the coin collector's dream about tomorrow. And now comes the moment everyone wants to know. While most 1990 D 5-cent coins are common and have only a small value above their face amount, rare examples with extraordinary errors, exceptional preservation, or unique characteristics can become highly desirable collectibles. In the world of rare coin collecting, some exceptional coins connected to this era have reached incredible auction prices, and the most valuable examples can potentially reach values of up to $80,000. So check your 1990 D 5-cent coins carefully. That small piece of metal sitting unnoticed could be more than just pocket change. It could be a hidden piece of history, a collector's dream, and possibly the discovery that changes everything. The next valuable coin story might not belong to someone else. It might be sitting right in your hands. If you have this coin, you could be one of the luckiest people in the world. Before you spend another coin from your collection, before you ignore that old change sitting in a drawer, take a closer look, because a simple 5-cent coin from 1975 could be hiding a story that many people never discover. To most people, a nickel is just a small piece of metal used to make everyday purchases. It passes from hand to hand, sits forgotten in jars, and disappears into pockets without anyone giving it a second thought. But to collectors, every tiny detail matters. Sometimes, the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. And today, We are uncovering the mystery behind the 1975 5-cent coin and why collectors around the world continue searching for special examples that could be worth far more than their original value. Imagine finding a coin that has traveled through decades of history. A coin that may have been carried by someone in the 1970s, placed inside a cash register, used in a vending machine, or saved by someone who had no idea what it could become. While millions of people might overlook this coin, a trained collector could see something completely different. They could see a potential treasure hidden in plain sight. The difference between an ordinary nickel and a valuable collectible could come down to a tiny detail that most people would never notice. The 1975 5-cent coin was produced during an important period in American history. The United States was going through economic changes, rising prices, and major social transformations. Everyday coins were still an essential part of daily life. People depended on nickels for small purchases, transportation, vending machines, and countless transactions. Millions of these coins were produced and released into circulation, but among those millions, some examples became much more interesting because of their unique characteristics. This coin belongs to the famous Jefferson Nickel series, one of the most recognized coin designs in American history. The Jefferson Nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel design. It was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and one of the most influential figures in American history. The front of the coin features a detailed portrait of Jefferson facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty, the year of production, and In God We Trust. But the real excitement begins when collectors start examining the smallest details. The reverse side of the coin displays Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. The building appears with its famous columns and classic architectural design. Around the image are the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and Monticello. For most people, these details are just decoration, but for collectors, they can reveal important clues about the coin's origin, condition, and possible rarity. The 1975 5-cent coin was made primarily from a combination of copper and nickel, giving it its familiar silver-colored appearance. It weighs approximately 5 grams and measures about 21.2 millimeters in diameter. These details might seem ordinary, but collectors know that even a slight difference in weight, appearance, or production quality can make a huge difference in a coin's value. One of the first things experts check is the mint mark. This tiny letter, usually found near the design details, tells collectors where the coin was produced. Different United States mint facilities created coins with different characteristics, and understanding these marks is one of the first steps in identifying collectible pieces. A small letter that many people ignore can sometimes hold the key to a coin's history. But what truly makes collectors excited are the unusual examples. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. A coin can become valuable because of a rare minting mistake, an unusual production issue, a special finish, or because it survived decades in incredible condition. These coins become the ones collectors chase, the ones that create bidding wars, and the ones that appear in major auctions where passionate buyers compete to own a piece of history. Think about this for a moment. Somewhere out there, a 1975 5-cent coin could be sitting unnoticed. It could be inside an old family collection, hidden in a box of forgotten belongings, or mixed together with everyday coins. The owner might see a simple nickel, while a collector might see an opportunity. That is the excitement of coin collecting, the possibility that something ordinary could become extraordinary. Collectors are not only searching for old coins, they are searching for stories. Every scratch, every mark, and every detail can tell a story about where that coin has been. Some coins have survived decades of circulation and still remain in excellent condition. Others have rare characteristics that make them stand out from millions of others. These are the coins that create excitement among collectors and attract attention at auctions. Throughout history, many coins that looked completely ordinary have sold for surprising amounts because of their rarity and demand. Professional collectors spend years studying coins, comparing details, and searching through thousands of examples to find one special piece. They know that one discovery can transform a simple hobby into an unforgettable moment. So how can you check if your 1975 5-cent coin could be valuable? Start by carefully examining the date and design under good lighting. Look closely at the details of Jefferson's portrait the lettering, the edges, and the overall appearance. A magnifying glass can help reveal small features that are impossible to see with your eyes alone. Pay attention to anything that looks unusual or different from other coins. Another important factor is condition. A coin that has spent decades in circulation with heavy wear will usually be worth less than a coin preserved in excellent condition. Collectors carefully grade coins based on their appearance, and coins with exceptional preservation can attract much higher interest from serious buyers. One important mistake many people make is cleaning old coins. They think polishing a coin will make it more valuable, but the opposite is often true. Collectors usually prefer coins with their original surfaces because cleaning can damage the natural appearance and reduce collector appeal. If you think you have a special coin, preserving it exactly as you found it is usually the best choice. Now you might be wondering, could my 1975 5-cent coin really be valuable? And that question is exactly why collectors continue searching every day. The thrill comes from not knowing what might be hidden. A coin that someone ignores could be the same coin another person has been searching for years. Modern treasure hunters are not always looking for buried gold or ancient artifacts. Many of them are simply examining coins with patience and knowledge. They understand that valuable discoveries can appear in the most unexpected places. They know that one small detail can completely change a coin's story. The demand for rare coins continues because collectors value history, rarity, and uniqueness. When a rare coin appears at auction, the excitement can become intense. Serious collectors may compete against each other, driving prices higher and higher because they know another opportunity like that may not appear again for many years. And now we reach the question everyone has been waiting for. How much could a rare 1975 5-cent coin actually be worth? The answer depends on many factors, including condition, rarity, and whether the coin has special characteristics that make it desirable. Most regular examples are common and have only modest value. However, exceptional examples with rare features can attract serious attention from collectors. Some extraordinary coins have surprised the world by selling for incredible prices at auctions. These sales remind collectors that valuable treasures can sometimes come from the most unexpected places. A small coin that once had a face value of only 5 cents can become a highly sought-after collectible when the right combination of rarity and demand comes together. So before you throw away old coins, before you ignore the change sitting in your home, take a moment to look closer. That 1975 5-cent coin may not just be another piece of pocket change. It could be a piece of history. It could be the coin that collectors are searching for. It could be the discovery that changes everything. Because sometimes, the greatest treasures are not found in expensive collections or museums. Sometimes, they are hiding right in front of us, waiting for someone to recognize their true value. And now for the dramatic reveal. While most 1975 5-cent coins are common, the rarest and most desirable examples with extraordinary characteristics, exceptional condition, and strong collector demand have the potential to reach unbelievable prices. In the world of rare coin collecting, certain examples connected to this year have been valued at levels that surprise even experienced collectors, with some rare cases reaching up to $80,000. So check your coins carefully. Look at the details. Share your discoveries with other collectors, because the next incredible coin story might not belong to someone else. It might be sitting in your hands right now. If you have this coin, you could be one of the luckiest people in the world. Before you spend that old nickel sitting in your collection, before you toss it aside thinking it is only worth 5 cents, take a closer look. A small coin from 1986 with a simple P mint mark could be hiding a fascinating story, and in rare cases, certain examples can become highly desirable treasures that collectors search for years to find. Many people walk past valuable coins every single day because they never stop to examine the tiny details that separate an ordinary coin from a collectible masterpiece. Today, we are going to uncover the mystery behind the 1986 P5-cent coin, why collectors pay attention to it, what makes certain examples special, and why finding the right one could completely change your understanding of the coins hiding around you. Imagine opening an old jar of coins that has been sitting untouched for decades. Inside are pennies, dimes, quarters, and a few forgotten nickels. Most people would quickly count them and move on. But a serious collector would slow down. They would hold each coin under a light, study the date, check the mint mark, and search for anything unusual. Because sometimes, the difference between an ordinary coin and a valuable collectible is just one small detail that most people never notice. The 1986 P. Jefferson nickel was produced during an interesting time in United States history. The 1980s were a period of economic growth, technological changes, and major cultural moments. Coins were still used every day by millions of Americans for small purchases, vending machines, transportation, and everyday transactions. The United States Mint produced millions of nickels during this period, but collectors understand that production numbers alone do not tell the entire story. What matters is rarity, condition, demand, and whether a coin has something unique that separates it from the rest. The 1986 P5-cent coin belongs to the Jefferson Nickel series, one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The coin was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and one of the key figures behind the founding of the nation. The design on the front shows a detailed portrait of Jefferson facing left. Around his image are important inscriptions including Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1986. When you turn the coin over, you see one of the most recognizable buildings in American coinage, Monticello Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. The reverse design includes the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and Monticello. To someone unfamiliar with coins, these details may seem ordinary. But collectors know that every line, every letter, and every mark can provide clues about the history and value of a coin. The P mint mark on the 1986 nickel is an important detail. The letter P represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historic coin-producing facilities in the United States. For many years, Philadelphia coins were produced without a mint mark, but beginning in the early 1980s, the P mark became a regular feature on many United States coins. This small letter helps identify where the coin was created and gives collectors important information when building complete collections. The 1986 P. Jefferson nickel was made from the traditional copper-nickel composition used for modern nickels. It weighs approximately 5 grams and has a diameter of about 21.2 millimeters. While these specifications might seem simple, collectors carefully check them because unusual weight, metal differences, or production mistakes can sometimes create valuable varieties. The biggest excitement in coin collecting comes from unexpected discoveries. A coin that looks normal at first glance can become much more interesting when experts find something unusual. Collectors search for errors such as double details, unusual strikes, missing elements, off-center strikes, or coins preserved in exceptional condition. These special characteristics can dramatically increase interest and create competition among collectors. Picture a collector finding a 1986 P nickel that looks almost untouched, with its original shine still visible after nearly 4 decades. That coin could immediately attract attention. Collectors are willing to pay more for coins that look like they came directly from the mint because high-quality examples are much harder to find than heavily circulated coins. This is why coin hunters never stop searching. They know that valuable discoveries are not always found in museums or expensive collections. Sometimes they appear in ordinary places, an old wallet, a forgotten box, a family collection, or a container of coins that has been ignored for years. The world of coin auctions creates even more excitement. When a rare and desirable coin appears for sale, collectors from different places may compete to own it. The reason is simple: rare opportunities do not come around often. A collector who misses a special coin at auction may have to wait years before another similar example appears. Many people underestimate modern coins because they are not hundreds of years old. But age alone does not determine value. A coin's rarity, condition, and collector demand are often much more important. A newer coin with a rare error or exceptional quality can sometimes be worth far more than an older coin that is common. So how can you check your 1986 P5-cent coin at home? Start by examining the date and mint mark carefully. Use a bright light and, if possible, a magnifying glass. Look at Jefferson's portrait, the lettering, the edges, and the overall strike quality. Compare it with other nickels from the same year. If you notice anything unusual, do not ignore it. The condition of the coin is also extremely important. Coins that have spent many years in circulation usually show scratches, fading details, and wear. However, Coins that were protected and rarely handled can maintain a beautiful appearance. Professional grading companies evaluate coins based on their condition, and higher-grade examples often attract much stronger interest from serious collectors. One mistake many people make is cleaning their old coins. They believe polishing will make a coin look better, but collectors usually prefer coins in their original state. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce the natural characteristics that make a coin collectible. If you believe you have a special 1986 nickel, protecting it is much better than trying to improve its appearance. Now you might be asking yourself, could the nickel in my collection actually be worth something? That curiosity is what drives millions of collectors around the world. The possibility of discovering a rare coin creates excitement because anyone can become part of the hunt. Every day, collectors search through thousands of coins hoping to find something special. They know that one small discovery can become the highlight of a collection. They know that a coin many people ignore could become the coin everyone wants. The 1986 5-cent coin may look like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but its story is much bigger. It represents a moment in American history, a product of the Philadelphia Mint, and a reminder that valuable discoveries can sometimes hide in the simplest places. When rare examples appear at auctions, collectors carefully examine every detail before placing their bids. The combination of rarity, condition, and demand can create surprising results. Some coins that once seemed insignificant have later become highly valuable collectibles because the right buyer recognized their importance. So before you spend your old nickels, take a second look. Search through your collections. Check the dates. Examine the mint marks, because the next exciting discovery could be waiting in your own hands. And now comes the moment many collectors dream about. While most 1986 5-cent coins are common and have only modest value, the rarest examples with exceptional condition, unique errors, or highly desirable characteristics can become extremely valuable in the collector market. In extraordinary cases, rare nickels connected to this era have reached impressive auction prices, with some exceptional examples potentially reaching values of up to $80,000. That small coin you almost ignored could be more than just 5 cents. It could be a piece of history. It could be the hidden treasure sitting quietly in your collection. So check your coins carefully, because you never know when a simple nickel could become the discovery of a lifetime.